El Paso High, also known as Lady on the Hill, built in 1916, has had many unexplainable, possibly paranormal reportings and stories in the last century.
From sealed-off hallways full of mist, hidden classrooms, and strange goo dripping from the ceiling are some of the reasons that El Paso High, located in El Paso, Texas, is named the most haunted high school in America.
Beginning with the mysterious photo of the class of 1986. There is a picture of a young lady in a white dress. It's blurry and you cannot make out her face, while everyone else in the picture you can clearly see. Some people say that it looks like she was inserted into the picture after it was taken.
After questioning people in the original photograph, they admitted that they had no idea who that girl was. You can see that two others in the photo are looking at this girl, a scared look upon their faces. So did they possibly know that something was wrong? That the girl should not be in that photo?
This isn't the only occurrence of the girl in the white dress. There's a hallway with a closed-off balcony at the end. It is said that in 1980, a girl slit her wrist and jumped from the same balcony. There has been a great amount of ghostly sightings in this hallway.
Because of this, there has been a wall built to block off the entrance to the hallway. People believe that the girl in the photograph was also the girl that took her own life. Could this young girl be coming back to haunt the ones who had haunted her while she was alive?
In 1997, some teachers and students had arrived at school early. The day was a dreary one and the conditions outside were not ideal. These certain teachers and students got to school before the cancellation calls were sent out.
They weren't allowed to leave the school because of the road conditions, so they decided to explore. The first thing they did was explore the tunnels in the basement. In one area, they came to a closed-off space. The bricks seemed newer than the original 1916 construction. One curious teacher pushed at the newer brick wall, and they were all surprised to find a closed-off classroom. There were still old desks and students' textbooks. It looked like the class had went to lunch and never came back. There were also candy wrappers from the time on the floor.
Near to this first sealed-off classroom, another hidden classroom was found. However, this classroom was filled with nothing but silence. It is still a mystery as to why these two unknown rooms were blocked off. A few years ago, a teacher working late at night came to a girl in a blue dress when he was leaving the building. She looked like she was dressed for a prom in the 1940s or 50s. When the teacher acknowledged the figure, she turned to him in a look of deep sadness, and as he got closer to her, she began to fade, and he noticed that she was hovering a foot off of the floor.
In the late 1970s or early 80s, Coach McKillop arrived at El Paso late at night with his track team. When his track team headed to the locker rooms to gather their belongings, McKillop heard the school fight song playing and the cheerleaders cheering upstairs. A pep assembly, he thought. He raced upstairs thinking that his team threw a surprise assembly for him. He checked in the gym. Nothing. For sure the assembly was happening in the auditorium. As he got closer, the sounds faded and the auditorium doors were locked.
Confused, he went to check on his team in the locker rooms. He told them of the strange happenings, and then the noises started again. Him and the track team headed to the auditorium. McKillop unlocked the door, and they all searched the auditorium for signs of the noise. Nothing was found. Toby Tovar used to be one of the 8th grade basketball coaches in El Paso, and his team was one of the best. The Tigers were supposed to play another good team. While they were warming up, two doors leading to the closed-off tunnels flew open, banging against the walls. There was no good explanation for this. There was little, if any, breeze outside or through the school.
In the big abandoned basement of the high school, there were bodies stored during the epidemics going on in our country. During World War II, the bodies of the deceased were thrown into the basement until the loved ones of the people were notified and could identify the bodies. Bodies were also stored in the basement after the Spanish flu. The possibility of the spirits roaming around in the proximity of El Paso High leads to the theory of the paranormal activities that occur at the Lady
There's
on
no
the
scientific evidence for any of these instances, but hopefully our stories convinced you that El Paso High really is the most haunted school in the United States of America.